Hello everyone. Today's date is 10 March 2022. Myself Kalpesh Badani, and today's video topic is multi-threading in Java. The Java feature is multi-threading and multi-processing. Both are used to achieve the multitasking. So multitasking means performing the multiple tasks at the same time is called as multitasking. The multitasking example is in our laptop we open the Chrome browser as well as we open the Microsoft Word file. So we can achieve the multitasking using multi-threading or using multiprocessing. Next is a multi-threading. So multi-threading, the execute the multiple threads at the same time is known as multi-threading. So what is a thread? Thread is the smallest unit of process, and thread is a lightweight. Thread are independent, means if the exception occur in one thread, then it does not affect the other thread. Thread use the shared memory area, and thread is the smallest unit of process, and thread is a lightweight. So now we will discuss the flow of the program with thread and with multi-threading. First we discuss the flow of the program without multi-threading. The flow of the program, suppose we have taken one example. Suppose we have one class, in one class there are some methods like add method, subtract method, and division method. So we are calling the add method, then without using multi-threading, all methods are executed one by one, but it does not execute the parallelly. So firstly, first the execution of the add method is complete, then after that the subtract method will be called, and after that subtract method execution complete, after that it will call the division method. So it take more time, and so execution time is slow. So that's why we cannot achieve the multi-threading. So it take more time. So next is the flow of the program with multi-threading. Suppose we have one class, and in this class there are three methods like add method, subtract method, and division method. So if we are using multi-threading features, then these are three methods are executed at simultaneously and parallelly. So it take a less time for execution, and we can achieve the multi-threading. So firstly the add method will be called, at the same time subtract method and division method will be called, and after that execution of these all methods are simultaneously and parallelly. After that we will discuss the thread methods. Thread methods in thread there are some methods which are used for the execution of the threads. First method is a start method. The start method are used to start the execution of the thread, and next method is a run method. Run method is used to action to a thread. Run method is used to action on a thread, and third method is a sleep method. It is used to sleep to a thread for a specific amount of time. So using this method we can sleep the thread for a specific amount of time. Next is wait method. So using this wait method, we can block the thread for a specific amount of time. After that, we will discuss the thread creating process, or there are two ways to create a thread. First is extend the thread class, and second way is implement the runnable interface. So first is extend the thread class. So if we create the thread, then we need to extend the thread class. After that, in the thread class we override the run method, and after that we will create the object of the thread class, and after that we call the start method. After that we call the start method using object.start method. Then execution of start method will be start. And second way is implementing runnable interface. So by using implementing runnable interface, it have only one method, that is a run method. So firstly we create the thread and we implement the runnable interface. After that we override the run method, and after that we create the thread class object. After that we create the class object, and after that we create the thread class object. And in thread constructor we provide the class object as a parameter, and after that we call the start method, and execution of thread will be start. After that we will discuss the thread life cycle. Thread life cycle, there are 5 steps of the thread life cycle. First is born state or new state. In born state, thread will be created, and thread will be generate, and after that thread will be goes in running position, and after that the thread will be gone in the running position. The runnable, after that thread will be goes in a runnable position. If the runnable condition will be suddenly call the waiting method, then it will go in a again running position. So continuously, if we are call the some method, then thread continuously goes in the running position and runnable position. After that thread will become in a runnable position, and if the run method will be complete, then thread it goes in a dead position. So this is the life cycle of thread. So that's all about today's video topic. Thank you.